Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and selamat sejahtera. Previously, we have completed chapter 4 about the problem solving in office management. So now today we are going to complete to chapter 5, which is about office environment. So in chapter 5 we have 4 video, part 1, part 2, part 3 and part 4. So for this week we are going to complete for the chapter 5 for the office environment for 2 videos. Okay, so now we are referring to the Quibble page 84 until 106. Okay, so now in the end of this chapter, in chapter 5, you need to explain the management of office environment and the impact of the environment on the employees, and you will also know how to explain the health office environment. Okay, therefore what we are going to cover for this chapter, actually we have 4 topics that we are going to cover in chapter 5. The first one is the management of office environment. The second one is the impact of the office environment on the employees, and the third one is the healthy office environment, and lastly is the ergonomic factors required to achieve an effective office ambience. Okay, so for this part, the first part of this video, we are going to know about the management of office environment. Okay, so this is the first topic. Actually, what is office environment? Okay, office environment is actually the physical environment in which employees work often affects their productivity and job satisfaction. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. For example, you right now, you are working in, you are studying at home, maybe in your room, in the whole room. Okay, so this is what we call your work environment. Okay, so for the office environment can affect the financial well-being of the organization, especially when employees dissatisfaction with their working environment, that has a negative impact on their productivity. Okay, so the same thing goes to you. Your working environment will affect you. Okay, for example, because maybe the weather is too hot, maybe you do not have a right chair, the right furniture for you to complete your job, and etc. Okay, and then the environment of the office is multifaceted, or in other way we call it as a complex. Okay, so this one is referring to the Quibble page 85. Next one. So what are the elements of the office environment? So there are 4. The first one is lighting. Second one is acoustic or noise. The third one is the color scheme, and the fourth is the condition of the air. So the lighting, when we're talking about the lighting, do you have enough lighting when you are doing your job, or do you have a poor lighting, not enough lighting? Okay, because when you have too much lighting, it's pretty hard for you to do your job. But if you have a very little lighting, it also will affect you and affect your eyes. And then number 2 is the acoustic and also noise. Yes, when we are completing a job, okay, sometimes there's a noise, what we call a pollution, noise pollution. For example, maybe the screeching of the car passing, maybe the television opened by your sister or brother, maybe someone knocking the door when you are doing your job. Okay, or maybe the telephone call, the notification of the messages from your handphone, and also any notification from your laptop. Okay, this is example of the noise. Okay, or people are having a conversation nearby to you when you are completing your job. And then the color scheme, the choosing of the color for your office. Okay, is it too bright? Is it too dull? Okay, because this color will affect your productivity. And lastly is the condition of the air. How about the condition of the air? Is it very cozy, very comfortable? Is it too cold? Because when too cold, you cannot do your job. Okay, and is it because too hot? Yes, when the condition is too hot, you cannot do your job properly. Okay, so these are elements of office environment. Okay, So for the office environment, you need to know one of the famous term, we call it as a green office environment. So what is a green office environment? It's a trend for an increasing number of organizations to become environmentally conscious by recycling of paper, retrofitting of lighting, heating and air conditioning system. Okay, so for overall, actually the green office movement is concerned with the indoor air quality, the energy conservation, and the reduction of waste and natural resources. This is what we call a green office movement. As far as you know, most of the organization, they are paperless, okay, because they are going to reduce the use of the paper by converting in the form of soft copy, okay, or in the form of digital. Okay, the next one. So, okay. I'm going to put my video here first, okay? We are still in the office environment, so we need to know what are the techniques used to facilitate the green office movement. So there are 7. Again, there are 7 techniques for us to use to facilitate the green office movement. So let's go one by one. The first one is we are installing the light sensor that automatically adjusts the artificial light supplied to a given area based on the amount of natural light available. Okay, installing light sensor, for example, when you are not at that workplace, the lamp will automatically turn off, and then when it senses someone is coming or the movement, the light will be turned on by itself. Okay, the second one is installing movement-based sensor in workstation that dim the light when their occupants are not present. So this one is the same with the first one, but this one is the light become dim. Okay. Okay, so the third one is installing small zone heating and air conditioning system that can be activated by employees who work after hours. This one is when you have OT, okay, overtime. And then recycling drinking water after it has been filtered. Okay, next is you installing roofing materials that reflect sunlight rather than absorb it. Okay, the next one is you recycle as much discarded paper as possible. This is what I'm talking about previously. We are trying to reduce the use of paper by recycling or by transforming the paper into the form of a soft copy or digitalized. Okay, digital. Okay, and lastly is shutting off all electronic machines at the end of the work day. So when the working time is at 5 p.m, so we need to turn off all the electronic machine. Okay, but if the machines cannot be off, you just need to turn it on. Okay, so these are the techniques used to facilitate the green office movement. So, okay. Okay, so we are going to proceed to the second topic in the chapter 5. The second one is impact of the office environment on employee. So what are the impacts of the office environment to the employees? Okay, so the first one, we need to know that each of the elements in the office environment can affect office employees physically and psychologically. So let's recap what are the 4 elements. The first one is the lighting. The second one is the acoustic or noise. The third one is the color or scheme, and lastly is the conditioning of the air. Okay, so for this one, impact of the office environment on employee, you need to know one of the terms which is the ergonomic. So what is ergonomic? So ergonomy is the study of the relationship of employees to their physical environment. It's helpful in designing a suitable environment. So ergonomic helps ensure the tasks, the tools and equipment used in task performance and the environment in which the employee's works match his or her needs. Okay, so again, you need to know the definition or the terms of ergonomic, which is the study of relationship of employees to their physical environment. Okay, so this one is referring to the Quibble page 86. So now we are going to know in detail what is ergonomic actually. Okay, so again, other than the definition of ergonomic, you need to know that ergonomics, they are focusing on the comfort and healthy office environment. So by integrating several disciplines such as psychology, physiology, sociology and communication theories, ergonomic actually provide useful guideline for designing an effective environment. So other than that, ergonomic actually helps ensures the employees' well-being and the ability to maximizing the productivity of the employee in the organization. And another one is the use of ergonomic means employees' work areas are based on their needs, and the methods they use to carry out their job tasks are based on their capabilities. Okay, so this is what we call the detail of the ergonomics. Okay, next one. Okay, I'm going to move my video. Okay. Actually, when you set up an ergonomic workspace, okay, this one is the tips from Steve Mager from ergonomic consulting firm, which is the Site Solution. So when you take a look at this picture, you can see you need to maintain a good posture, okay, whereby you can keep your back straight. Remember, no slouching. Slouching is mean you what we call lower down your body, okay, with your head balanced above your neck and arm resting at your side comfortably. Okay, you can see on the chair there's what we call arm rest. Okay, and then you are going to make sure that you need to adjust your seat. So this chair, the ergonomic chair, you can adjust your height of the chair, okay, according to the table as well as the position of the keyboard. Okay, I do believe you learn about ergonomic or about the office environment in part 1. Okay, okay, so the next one is the position monitor. Okay, raise or lower it so you can clearly see the whole screen without tilting your neck up and down, or in other words, you need to put your what we call your screen with the eye level. And then the place keyboard and mouse, keep them close to each other on the same level. Okay, I do believe you're familiar with this work condition during your maybe your class in the lab. Okay, I'm not sure which lab, but you are familiar with this kind of what we call the workstation. Okay, and rest regularly. So you need to rest every 20 minutes, take short break, 15 to 30 second break. Okay, okay, so this is an example of how you are going to set up ergonomic workspace. Okay, so now for the impact of the office environment on employee, you need to know what are the suggestions designed to improve employees' well-being from an ergonomic standpoint. Okay, so for the first one, suggestion is a design job to fit the employee rather than forcing the employee to fit the job. Okay, this is the first suggestion. Okay, design the job to fit the employee. Okay, and then number 2 is provide employees with a comfortable sitting posture. Okay, and number 3 is you need to suggest the employee have the proper vision correction for the type of work they do on the job. And the next one, maintain comfortable distance from the computer monitor, perhaps around 20 inches. Okay, so this is what we call the distance from you and your computer. So now you are using the laptop, so you need to make sure you also have the distance from you and the laptop around 20 inch. Okay, And then provide employees with adjustable furniture that accommodates their ergonomic needs better than furniture that is not adjustable. Okay, I do believe right now maybe some of you do not have the correct furniture, but again, you need to adjust, okay, to make sure that you are comfortable to doing your job. Okay, and lastly is maximize the comfort of employees who have access to adjustable furniture. Okay, so these are the suggestions designed to improve the employees' well-being for from an ergonomic standpoint. Okay, this is from ergonomic standpoint. Okay. Okay, so this is example. The right what we call the right ergonomy, especially when you are doing your job in your workstation. Okay, make sure the eye level of the top monitor, keyboard tray with mouse next to it. Okay, yes, you familiar with this workstation, you are in the lab. Okay, and then the average desk height. Okay, that's an average desk height. Okay, and also for this one is actually what we call, we have something that to make your what we call for you to place your feet. Okay, so this is another one example, and then this person is using what we call the as another what we call a filter to make sure that your eyes is not will not affect your eyes in the long term. Okay, so this is the same using the adjustable seat back, and also the seat that can be adjust the height and the mouse and position, also the height of the table. Okay, so this is example two example of a very good ergonomic workstation. Okay, now we need to know what are the impact of not paying attention to the office environment. Okay, you have learned that there are 4 elements, and then you know what is the term for the ergonomics. Okay, so what happened when you are not paying attention to the office environment? So the first one, employee productivity decrease. Okay, it will affect the decrease in your employee productivity, and then it also will make your employee morale decreases. Okay, and the next one, when your employee is low in productivity, low morale, okay, this will also lead to absenteeism and tardiness increase. So according to the what we call employee productivity decrease, employee morale decrease, absenteeism, this will also lead to the error rates increase. And then lastly, when you are not paying attention of the office environment, this will affect the physical well-being of employees, may be jeopardized. Okay, so that's it for the first part, chapter 5, video part 1. So we are going to continue after this with video chapter 5 part 2. Okay.